Texting and driving is killing 11 teenagers a day across the country. Stay tuned to learn what you can do about it.
Welcome to the YouTube channel of Michael J. Swanson. Michael is the author of How David Beats Goliath and is the CEO of Advocate Capital. And now, here's Michael.
You know, it seems like a day doesn't go by without seeing someone texting and driving. And joining me today to shed light on that very dangerous activity is Larry Bodine, the editor-in-chief of personalinjury.com. Hi, Larry.
Hello, Mike. Good to be here.
Yeah, likewise. Boy, seems like a rampant problem, and I recently read on personalinjury.com that you all have called for some changes to the law in this area. What's that about?
Well, in our view, texting and driving should be treated exactly the same as drunk driving, because texting is, while you're driving, is a form of distracted driving, and drunk driving is just another form of it. So it's time for the laws to treat the penalties the same.
So most states don't have laws about texting and driving?
No, typically what you'll find is a state like California, where if you're caught texting and driving, it's a $20 fine. So it's really less than a parking ticket. There are only two states that really have significant penalties now. One is Utah, where it's a $750 fine and 90 days in jail. And the other one is Alaska, where texting and driving will get you a $10,000 fine and up to 1 year in prison.
Wow, well, that should be a good disincentive for people to do that in those states. But what about the other 48, right? So what are some of the things that happen every day because of texting and driving?
Well, it's a real serious problem, Mike. 3,000 people are killed every year by distracted drivers, and 400,000 people are injured. And if you are texting and driving, your chances of being in an accident increase by a factor of 23.
23 times more likely to be in a wreck?
That's right. And so the moral of the story is you can't do this and drive at the same time.
Wow, 3,000 people a year. So if your average jumbo jet holds 300 people, that's like 10 jumbo jets crashing every year. I think that would get attention on the news.
Well, it's really true, and on any given day, there are 600,000 drivers that are using cell phones while they're driving. Mm-hmm. And, these people are out there when your kids, your parents, and you yourself are on the road, and it's a real hazard.
Yeah, I know you recently posted a video about distracted driving. Tell us about that.
Well, there's a viral video going around on YouTube that sort of illustrates the worst possible example of distracted driving. And it's a woman who's curling her hair and steering with her knees while she's going 60 miles an hour. And another driver right next to her pulled out their cell phone, it was the passenger, and filmed the woman curling her hair while she's driving. So that's about as bad as it gets, but if you're looking at a little 3-inch screen while you're driving, your eyes are not on the road, chances are very good you're going to get killed or be in an accident.
Well, videos like that are humorous. We all laugh at them, but really it's not a laughing matter at all. It's a serious matter about the safety of not just the people who are driving, but the other people on the roads, right? So what can people do about it?
Well, at this point, there really is no good remedy in the criminal courts. However, plaintiff lawyers have been getting justice for the victims of distracted drivers in the civil courts. There was a case in Georgia where a woman recovered $1.5 million. She was a passenger in a car that was hit from the rear by a guy in a pickup who was texting and driving. Mm-hmm. And a more recent case is in California, where a mother was put into a coma when she was crashed into by someone who was texting and driving, and she recovered $19 million. So, unfortunately, it's going to provide for her lifelong medical care. But the lesson to get out of this is that there are serious consequences if you text and drive.
Absolutely. So if you're watching this and you're one of those people who text and drive, don't just think of your own safety. Think of the safety of the people all around you on the roadways. Some of those are moms with children in the car, so please stop texting and driving. If someone's watching this and they want to have an impact on this, Larry, what can just your average citizen do about trying to get this remedied?
Well, if you're a parent, tell your teenagers, your teenage kids about the incredible dangers of texting and driving. And if you're an adult, act like an adult and just pull over. You know, you may take 30 seconds to send that text, but you may have saved your life. And the third thing is to lobby your state legislators to make texting the equivalent, texting and driving, the equivalent of drunk driving.
Absolutely.
I think if you know, the penalties are increased, you're going to see texting and driving stop immediately.
Sure, I sure hope so. Well, thanks for joining us today. If you're watching this, do what Larry says. Also, pull over, and feel free to share this video with your friends and loved ones if you need to increase their awareness about texting and driving. Larry, thanks for the great work you do at personalinjury.com to increase the safety of our communities across the country.
Good to be here, Mike.
Thanks for watching. Send your questions or comments to Michael at mike@howdavidbeatsgoliath.com.